Welcome to the PageantCast.com. We're about to have a live show. If you want to participate, make sure to log in on our social stream and our chat room. We might be able to see some of them. Of course, when you do a live show, we got to keep the stream live, so that's always of the utmost importance. But if you have a great question out there, we just might use it on today's program. So if you put something out on our chat, it is fair game for us to use on today's show. Hope you enjoyed the PageantCast. Of course, check us out on our YouTube page, where this show will go after we're complete with the program today. Of course, we got lots of great stuff that we want you to check out at PageantCast.com. So check it all out, PageantCast.com, or go to our YouTube channel. Hope to see you all there. And now it's just about time for our live show. Hey everybody, glad that you could join us. We are live. We're live with the PageantCast. Got a few notes before we get things going. First of all, our chat room is open. Let's see if I can do this correct. I don't know. I point different directions in each version. The chat room, if you're looking at your YouTube, it'll be over to the right. Feel free to say hi in the chat room. And later on, we might use one of your questions on the air live. That's some of the fun of doing a live show. Another thing that you will find is if you're up in the upper right-hand corner, even if we're not the live version anymore, you're watching the playback, you can take part in our poll, which is up in the upper right-hand corner. Just click on the eye inside of the actual viewer, and you can participate in our poll. So we hope that you take part in all of the fun stuff we're doing tonight. I see already that people are getting into the pews and stacking up to watch, and we're very glad to have each and every one of you out there. But remember, it's an interactive show, so please jump on in. It makes it all a lot more fun for everybody. So we're going to start the show here in just a second. Want to thank you again for tuning in for this very special show tonight on the PageantCast.
Welcome to the PageantCast, your home for beauty pageant news and interviews on the internet.
And we are live. This is Tim Kretschmann. I'm the host and producer of the PageantCast, and I'm coming to you live from Muskego, Wisconsin. I feel like I've said the word live 100 times, and we just started the show. We have a great program lined up for you tonight, because in the other room, on the other side of the Skype line tonight, we have Kimberly King. She is the National Ms. Classic 2017. There she is. Hello, Kimberly. How are you tonight?
Hi, Tim. I am great. Thank you so much for having me on your show.
We're so excited to have you on the show. So tell us, where are we calling you tonight?
I am outside of Atlanta, Georgia.
Atlanta, Georgia, a wonderful part of the country. I was actually out there to check out your aquarium not too long ago, and there are some awful big fishies in that one. That was a lot of fun.
It's one of the top aquariums in the country. It's really beautiful. If you haven't been, I highly recommend it.
I think you're being a little humble saying one of. It definitely is the top one. I've been to most of them. Every place I go, I always go to the aquarium, and it is fantastic. So tell us, Kimberly, I like to use this term, and I know not a lot of people use this term, but I like to ask about your pageantcedents. And what pageantcedents are your past pageant experiences. So what have been some of your pageantcedents or past pageant experiences?
Well, I've been in and or around pageants most of my life. I've competed at national, city, state levels, and I think each and every one brings a different type of experience. But I think the pageant scenes that I like the most that's a kind of a cool word, by the way, is just the camaraderie of, all of the women coming together and the friendships that you make that exceed past the pageant time or the crown that you have. So
how did you get started in this crazy world of pageants? What was the inciting incident that got you involved?
I actually started in pageants because I was bullied in high school, and I decided to take a leap of faith and do my first pageant to really build my self-esteem, help me with confidence, and just kind of help me get past that stigma of being bullied. And what a wonderful experience it was, because it was that incredible boost that I needed, and it really, put me in touch with some fantastic friends that I'm still friends with, people that I competed with back, when I was a teenager. And it's just a wonderful experience to have. But that was my entry into pageantry.
Wow, that's great. Now, tell me about, you said you're very involved in pageants. What are some of the pageant websites or resources, publications? What are some of the things that you use to keep up to date with what's going on with pageants?
Well, the PageantCast, of course.
Hold on. There we go. Perfect. Great job with that answer. You don't have to go any further. That's perfect. No, I'm just kidding.
All right.
What else are you using?
I just do some research. I have friends in and around the industry, so I'm always trying to stay up in touch. But I look at the Pageant Planet, Pageant Capital, some of the other websites out there, just to kind of stay in touch. And then I follow, designs and what's big in evening gowns, interview tips, and that type of thing.
Fantastic. Okay. We are going to switch gears here, and we're going to go to one of my favorite segments. And we get out the chalkboard just like when you're in high school, and it's time for show and tell. So it's time now. You have some show and tell items, and yours are very interesting. I can't wait for you to share these with our viewers. Show us what you brought tonight.
Well, I am a runner, and I have been doing charity runs for veterans causes. But the first one that I will show you is, this actually was awarded to me by the United States Army. And this is a DeFleury medal. And I was given this medal for my tireless work with female veterans and for inspirational leadership. So that's one. The second one that I did, this is for veteran suicide awareness. And this actually benefited Canines for Warriors, which is a program which provides service animals for veterans with disabilities or emotional issues such as PTSD or traumatic brain injury.
Hold that back up a second. I don't think everybody saw. There's like a dog there, a service animal, right there off to the side. Now, what does Stop 22 mean? Is that...
Every day in the United States, unfortunately, the statistics are staggering. 22 veterans per day commit suicide. Oh, that's wow. Over 8,000 a year. And that's more lives lost in 1 year than we lost in the Iraqi and Afghanistan wars together. Wow. So this campaign is to bring awareness to stop or to bring more awareness to the suicide issues with veterans, and to benefit that, to give them the mental health counseling that they need and the services that we can provide for them. The benefits from this particular run went to Canines for Warriors, which is a fantastic organization. Like I said, it partners veterans with service animals.
That's fantastic, and they can do so much good for a person, both in helping them physically but also mentally. And I think you had one more, if I remember correctly.
I do. I have a couple more, but I'll show you one more.
Okay.
These are actually, I'll put two up. These are my two favorites.
Okay.
This is a run that I did. It's called Run for Heroes. And this is, again, benefiting veterans and their causes. Mm-hmm. And this one is one of my favorites as well. And this was another a 5K that I did, and it benefited veterans families, military families in need, and also to bring awareness to the issues that our veterans are facing today.
Well, that's absolutely fantastic. One of the things that some folks might have noticed is there's a little bit of a theme that's involved with all of your medals. So I'm going to flat out ask you about your military experience. It seems like you have quite a bit.
I do. I am a veteran of the United States Coast Guard. Best decision I ever made was to raise my right hand and serve my country. I come from a very long line of military families. It goes way back to my great-great-great-grandfather. Everyone has served in some point in time. And being active duty and working in and around veterans, because I'm in healthcare now, there's just a huge need for transitional and supportive services for them. And so I tied in my experience in the military with my experience in the medical field to really give back to my brothers and sisters in service.
So was your military background what led you into medicine?
In the Coast Guard, I did search and rescue. And so that actually led me down the path to go into medicine, which is what I am in today. So it was my stepping stone. Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Now, I just saw a movie that included search and rescue, but I doubt very much that you went and rescued ladies that were in a shark cage at the bottom of the sea. I think that was kind of an unrealistic movie I watched this weekend, but the sharks sure were scary. It seems like there would be a lot of scary moments with search and rescue, and we certainly thank you very much for your service to the country and your bravery and heroism. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. It was my honor.
Now, I understand that also led you into an interesting activity that you're involved in now, and I am referring to face veteran modeling and talent. What is face veteran modeling and talent?
About Face Veteran Modeling and Talent Agency is the country's leading modeling and talent agency that specifically and exclusively represents active duty, military, veterans, and families' dependent children. Our agency was created by 3 female veterans. I am one of the co-founders. I have 2 partners. Both are also military related. And we decided that we wanted to bring to the forefront the phenomenal talent that's out there in the veteran world. Less than 1% of all of the industry is tapped into that veteran pool. And so we thought, what a great idea to open up an agency that puts out there for everyone to see the phenomenally talented individuals that we have that have served our country. And so that's how it came about.
That's fantastic. And I did notice, as you corrected me there, that it's about face. And my question, the way I wrote it out, is ask her about face veteran. So I thought that was the preposition. Okay, that makes more sense. About face modeling and talent agency. Oh, you're getting shout-outs in the chat room. We'll get to those in a minute. So fantastic. Now, you've already have done some appearances in your role as National Ms. Classic 2017. Can you tell us a little bit about them?
I have. I've had the honor to do several. I was at the Cancer Foundation benefit where we raised over $250,000 for cancer patients to be able to pay for treatment outside of their financial means. I also was just in Orlando, Florida. I was at the Child Model Magazine Top 5 Kids Magazine shoot and runway, which that was a blast. And then I've done a couple of local appearances as well. I was at the Mrs. Maryland, Mrs. DC International Pageant in Washington, D.C. With a couple of my sister queens. And so it's been a lot of fun. I have a lot of really wonderful things coming up, and I am looking forward to meeting everyone at the appearances that I'm going to be doing in the future.
Fantastic. Okay, we're going to take just a pause here to remind everybody we do have a chat room over to the let's see, to the right. I'm pointing the wrong way. It depends which one you're looking at. Anyway, to the right of the screen, you'll find the chat room, and Jennifer already found it. And we would love for you to throw some questions in there for all of us to use, because we're going to be going to that section of the show very soon. And you know I'm not that smart. So if you ask a smart question, I'm sure not to ask it right off the bat. So you have to make sure you put it in there, okay? So everybody start filling up that chat room with questions. If you don't see the chat rooms because you're not at the actual YouTube page, to do that, usually any site that we have this propagated onto, if you go in the lower right-hand corner, there's a YouTube icon. Click on that, and you will come to the site, because I see there's a lot of people that are watching it that aren't watching it on YouTube itself. So go ahead and take part in the show. All right, and we're going to come back here in 3, 2. Now, I do need to ask you, Kimberly, about the next pageant coming up for National. And the best way people can find out about it is the National Ms. Pageants.com website, and it's a beautiful website. You'll notice the nice purple highlighting if you look at it on your home desktop. If you go on a mobile, on an iPad, on a tablet, on your iPhone, on your Android phone, anything you use, it looks pretty much the same way. So it's easy to find, nationalmspageants.com. But you have, I think you might be the first to announce this, or pretty close to it. Why don't you give us the special information?
Absolutely. You know, the National Miss Pageant is one of the best systems that I have been involved with, and I highly recommend everyone check it out. But the 2018 pageant is going to be held in Williamsburg, Virginia, at the Fort Magruder Hotel and Conference Center, July 26th through the 28th of next year, 2018. And Suzanne Feller is a phenomenal director. She is hands-on. She is with you every step of the way, and we're currently accepting applications. So I highly recommend you do that. So come on out and grab that crown next year, and I look forward to crowning the 2018 National Miss Classic.
And I'm going to say something about Williamsburg. I've been to Williamsburg once or twice. It is one of the nicest places in the country. And they have a fantastic theme park right there. The Busch Gardens is one of the top, I would say it's beyond a regional park. That is a destination park for people to check out. It's actually like a mini Epcot. They have all these different countries there, and they have fantastic roller coasters for roller coaster fiends like myself. There's also the historical aspects of it, with a historical Williamsburg as well. But the time I went, I didn't realize they were so hard down on making sure it was historical, and it was so hot, and there was no air conditioning. I'm not made to suffer like these colonialists. I don't know how they made it at all. I was dying, but it was a good time just the same, and very educational. So a lot of great things, not only for the ladies participating in the pageant, but also for their whole families to enjoy while they are doing their interviews and all the other things. So a fantastic destination for everybody to check out. I'm really looking forward to hearing more as this pageant grows closer. Okay.
Yeah, it's a great place. It's a great pageant. Thank you so much, Tim, for highlighting it. And so sign up today.
It's absolutely one of our favorites. Of course, We're looking forward to hearing more. And again, check out nationalmizpageant.com. Well, it is time for us to look into the chat room. And I have my chat room portal open. And so far, we have a very shy audience tonight. We really do. Okay, get this. Hold on, I'm getting some words out of the way. Okay, let's go take a look. We have a number. Well, that's me talking to myself for the most part there. And then we have Jennifer is talking to us and saying some very nice things. And she has a question. And see, I'm very clever. I don't let you see the entire question over in the side because I know you would read ahead and it would spoil the whole thing. So I'm very clever. Everybody thinks I'm a dope, but I got this all figured out. So Jennifer asked, what are the criteria to apply for any of the national Miss, Ms., and Mrs. pageants? That is a fantastic question. Jennifer, you get 1 ring. Thank you very much. We appreciate that. So, what are the criteria? And this is different. You being involved in pageants, you understand. Sometimes Miss doesn't mean the same thing from pageant system to pageant system, and Ms. is really wide open. I have heard more definitions of Ms. than anything else. So, what are those criteria?
Well, that's one of the things that I love about this pageant is that it's not your typical cookie cutter pageant. You have a teen division that goes from age 16 up to 19. You have a Miss division that goes up to into the age 30. Your Ms division is into your 40s. And then you have your Mrs. division, which of course is your married contestants. Miss division, going back to that, you can be single, you can be divorced, you can have children. So that really opens up the divisions for women to really get involved. So there is a division for everyone. There's no exclusions. So check out the website. You can get much more information. Suzanne is phenomenal at answering your questions. So if you've got some more questions, you can shoot them to her. Her email is there. It's director@nationalmizpageant.com, and she will get right back to you.
And again, you can go to their fabulous website and you can do the contact right through there from your smartphone, from everything that you have. Now, I like asking this question. Are you an iPhone person? Are you a Android person, Kimberly, or are you a flip phone?
I am an iPhone person because I have, I'm a gadget girl, and I have an iPad, and I have an iPhone, and I have a Mac, so they all talk to each other. Mm-hmm. So it works well for me because I don't have to worry about uploading a file and it not being anywhere that I want to look at it. So that's a benefit for me. So I have been an Android girl in the past, though, but I went to the dark side.
Yeah, there's no saving you. I'm an Android guy. So what's your favorite app on your phone?
I tinker around with a lot of them, but there's a new weather app that has kind of got my attention. It gives you all of these cute, funny little sayings when you open up your weather. Really? So it's pretty funny. Some of them are hilarious. I just check the weather 10 times a day just because I want to see what they say. But
well, that sounds really interesting. I can't imagine that being the way to have weather in a cute little saying. Now, of course, the correct answer was this app right here. That's right. We got our own app on the Google Play and on iPhone, so you can check that out, folks, and give that a shot as well. So you missed one there. You missed one.
I missed it, but you know what? The weather app is actually my second favorite, Tim. The PageantCast app is way and above.
Perfect. That's fantastic. Hey, the chat room's warming up here. We have Tammy asked us a question, and again, I'm so clever. I blocked it out. Would you recommend anyone of any age without pageant experience to go for it, and in particular, this pageant?
I absolutely would recommend you to do this pageant because there's no pageant experience needed. One of the things that drew me to this pageant was its mission, and that is to inspire others through the positive world of pageantry. So again, the National Miss Pageant has something for everyone. You can use your crown and your title as a microphone to push your platform forward. The director is phenomenal. So yes, even if you have no pageant experience, none is required. You just need to be yourself and go for it. You have nothing to lose.
I have to say I would agree wholeheartedly. I was able to make one of their pageants, and it's really a great pageant for all different experience levels. And there's a great amount of opportunity. And what I like with it being a multi-generational, I guess is what I would call it, with, you know, having the Miss competing right next to Mrs. and Ms. and all that, you can learn something from every age, you know. So fantastic. Thanks so much for that answer. I think we are going to leave the chat room now, and I'm going to ask you. I'm going to give you 30 seconds. Somebody that has never been involved in pageants is thinking about the National Ms. Pageant. This is your opportunity to tell them what you think. Should they get involved in this pageant? This is the hard sell. 30 seconds starting now.
The National Miss Pageant is a pageant that you really should consider getting involved in. It's a sisterhood. It's friendships beyond that bridge. Again, it's not your typical cookie cutter pageant. There is a place for everyone, experienced, non-experienced. Everyone is on a level playing field. You have friendships that will last you a lifetime. You've got a director that is supportive and understanding and will bring you to that next level. So if you haven't competed, this is where you need to be. This will give you the experience to move forward. It's a national level pageant. It was voted in the top 10 by Pageant Planet. So check it out. Don't be afraid. Take that step. National Miss Pageant.
Fantastic. You got it. All right. We are at the end of our interview, which means it's time to see your best pageant wave. So what I need you to do, okay, I'm going to set the scene for you. You're on the back of a convertible, and let's see. It's a Corvette, obviously. Kind of like a banana yellow. There are people lined up on both sides of the street, so you have to work both sides of the street. I'm not kidding. You got to work both. So let's see your best pageant wave. Let's zoom in here. Here we go. Let's see the pageant wave. Okay, I can see one side of the street's getting a lot more. That's what I'm seeing. You're saving yourself there. That's what I'm saying.
The grandstand. You got to always look at the grandstand.
The grandstand? What do you do at the grandstand different?
Well, the grandstand's where all of the VIPs and everyone is. Everybody's important, but the grandstand's where they take your pictures and they announce you. And so you have to kind of play up the grandstand. Even though you play up the entire crowd, the grandstand's the sweet spot.
Fantastic. Well, this is some good advice. Everybody should mark that down. So thanks so much, Kimberly, for coming on the program. It was great having you and for representing the National Ms. Pageants. That's our National Ms. Classic 2017. Kimberly King tonight on the PageantCast. Tiara Dreams, everybody. Tiara Dreams, Kimberly.
Bye-bye, Tim. Thank you so much. Bye, everyone. Thanks for joining.
All right, folks, that's the end of the show that we're going to be putting out. Now, there was one question that came after I closed up the chat room, so we're going to open it up, and this is going to be exclusive for those of you watching live tonight. Tammy asked if there were pageants available for larger women, and she corrected her spelling. I just cut that off. So I can answer that. There are a lot of pageants out there. I say it's always like those Apple commercials. There's an app for that. There's a pageant for that. Whatever you're interested in, there's a pageant built for you, right?
Absolutely. National Miss has no size, age, or experience requirements. So there is pageants out there, but I'm partial to the National Miss, and I'd say take that step.
Absolutely. I think what I noticed with National Miss, it's really about your personality. It's about what you bring and that inner confidence. If you can work that stage because you got a confidence, you have a great chance of going home with the crown. So thanks for that question. We're looking forward to seeing you throughout the year, doing all those great appearances, and keep in touch, okay? So we're going to say goodnight to everybody watching live on YouTube. So thanks, everybody. Good night, and wish you all the very, very best. And, of course, like I always say, Tierra Dreams.